Welcome to the Free Spirit Sherpa. I am so glad you are here. This is where I help spiritual seekers find their way through the murkiness of spirituality and grant themselves permission to think freely. In this video, we're going to talk about someone very special. We're going to talk about you and how important it is for you to truly understand the essence of who you are. So I'm going to share a little story about me. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the tools that are available for you and what a next step might be for a person who's just starting out, wanting to step out into other areas of spirituality and spiritual tools to learn more about themselves. So in terms of my journey, I have always felt a little bit kind of, off the beaten path. I started work at 16 and I worked full time from that time to now. And I always felt a little bit like I was on the other side. You ever felt like you just didn't fit in, or you felt like your thoughts were kind of different than what everyone else was thinking, or that for some reason, maybe you didn't have it all together? I mean, I had all these thoughts going through my mind. And so I sought out personal development, and that helped me some. I really kind of buried myself in Bible and scripture to help understand God and what God wanted. But in all of that, what I never really understood was who I am and what I wanted. I felt like, I was missing the mark in so many areas, because the only way that I was able to define who I was through something or someone outside of me. So when I was a student, my teacher defined who I should be. Before that, when I was a child, my parents defined who I should be. And then when I dated, my boyfriends defined who I should be. And then when I got married, my husband defined who I should be. And then when I had an employer, my job defined who I should be, to the point where in some cases I felt like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? I'm not fitting in. I'm not lining up with the expectation here. And so instead of thinking, oh, well, you know what, this place just isn't for me, because of my religious conditioning, I felt like, I just have to stay here and work on this. And, I work for God. I don't work for man. So I'm just going to stay here and do what I need to do. And then I realized that is conditioning. And it is the conditioning that prevents us, that prevented me from respecting myself enough to decide to do something different. That if I'm in an environment that doesn't vibe with me, then I need to go somewhere else. But that mindset, that way of thinking from a spiritual, from a religious perspective, that way of thinking, that mindset really was not aligned. It was kind of like, well, pray about it, and then, maybe you make a change. But really, it wasn't where it was more about me defining my environment and placing myself in an environment that was best for me. So I never felt like I knew who I was. I never did. And even as early as the last year or two, I'm just now at age 56, beginning to really, truly love myself, understand myself, and really enjoy being me. Really enjoy being me. So, what I want to encourage you with is that you are a very special person. You are a very special being. If you I listened to a channeler named Bashar, you would know that you're a multidimensional being. In fact, when you really begin to investigate and learn about more of these topics, you'll discover that you are so special. But what you have to do, if you feel like you're a little bit stuck and you're not sure if it's okay to explore other tools, you have to break yourself from that. And I had a mindset, I had a belief that said that I should not listen to horoscopes, I should not look at numerology, and none of that stuff is anything that we should touch with a 10-foot pole. And in fact, every now and then I would look at a horoscope and I'd be like, oh, ooh, that's really accurate. No, don't look at that. You know what I mean? It was just like, you can't, I felt like it was wrong. When I discovered angel numbers, I was like, ooh, no, I can't look at that. And I'm not sure what happened over the last 2 decades, but maybe just because I'm old and stubborn, I just said, you know what, forget it, I'm looking. But what I discovered is that a lot of times what we do is that the things that we don't understand, that we don't want to understand, or maybe we're too lazy to understand, or maybe we just don't see a need. We haven't gotten to a point where we're unfulfilled enough yet to do something different. Whatever the case may be, in a lot of those cases, we just taboo. We put a name or a tag or a label on a thing as bad, and then we just don't deal with it. The detriment in doing that at this time is that you will miss out, because we are currently going through an awakening right now. And what you must do is you must be aligned with your true self on a reality that you prefer to live in. And the only way you're going to know that is to know yourself and to shed all the layers of baggage and pain and things that you have accumulated over the years so you can really love yourself. And for this, you need help. So the first tool that I incorporated into my life was meditation. And this was, and I like to learn by doing, so I immerse myself in it. So I didn't read a book on meditation. I went to the Sadhguru Inner Engineering 3-day intensive for meditation, right? And it was amazing. It was where I really was able to connect with the me that is outside of me and inside me. It was really, really good, because the thing that we don't really understand always, and that I did not understand, and that I learned in this meditation, is that every sense that we have, whether it's your sight or your ears or your taste or your smell or touch, they're all defined and they're all there to give you data points for what's outside of you. But if you want to get data points for what's inside of you, what do you use? You need a tool for that. And that tool is meditation. And so there's a lot of different ways of meditation. There's a lot of different people out there that will take you through a meditation. Or sometimes you can just meditate yourself. Just sit down for 10 minutes, close your eyes, and let the thoughts fly through. That's meditation. But that helped me to be grounded. And it helped me to slow my mind down so that I can really experience the essence of me. I couldn't do that before. And there was no amount of praying and worshiping and all of that was doing that for me. So that was the first thing, was meditation. The second tool that I found very helpful was astrology. Okay, astrology. Yes, I said it. Why astrology? Because this is the date that you were born, the time that you were born, when you came out of the portal of your mother's womb. That spot in time, it only belongs to you. It is the essence of you. And if you have a person who has the ability to interpret the messages and the understandings of the time, the date, the position of the stars at the time you were born, they can tell you with extreme accuracy a lot of things about how you were predisposed to exist in your time here. And so what I found is when I read a full astrological reading on me and on my sign, my zodiac sign, and what that did was it allowed me to relax. Because what I discovered is that a lot of what I was trying to change to fit my environment was really the preferred me. The me that I felt most comfortable being. The me that I felt was most valuable to myself and to others was the me I was trying to change. And so reading my astrological review helped me to say, oh, hey, I like that. You know what? That's right. I do that. I do experience that. And see, the thing is that once you know, once you have some type of validation that you are the way you are, the good, the bad, and the ugly, then you can decide which areas of yourself you want to change, which ones you like, and you're going to leave them that way no matter what anybody else thinks. You know, now you have choices. Before I didn't have choices. It was just like, here's the Bible, girl, do this. And there was no way for me to align the who I am with the who the Bible said I should be. There were gaps and I couldn't fill them. But once I allowed myself to really, to remove the taboo and remove the limitations on astrology and zodiac signs, then it helped me to understand me better. And then the third tool that I'm going to share today is the tool of numerology. Now, these are different. They are different. And the reason why I really connected with numerology is when I understood that everything in the universe is made of the same substance, and that we're all just vibrating at a different level. And so everything has a vibration. Names have vibrations, people have vibrations, things have vibrations. This device you're watching me on right now has a vibration. Everything has a vibration. Everything is in order, in perfect order. So it made sense to me that numbers and our ability to interpret them could provide some insight into who we are, or who I am as a person, who you are as a person. And so when I began to look at numerology charts and different aspects of my personality and things like that, again, very accurate. Very accurate. And in fact, I had seen little glimpses of those things in myself, but I didn't really make the connection to say, hey, that's me, oh yeah, you know what, you're right about that. Yeah, that's me. I didn't have that confidence that came with knowing or having that that validation to say, oh wow, you know what? I'm all right. So I encourage you, if you found yourself, as I found myself, limited because I was putting my spiritual life into a box called religion, I would encourage you to step out of the box, because what you find out of the box is very helpful information to help you understand who you are. And once you understand who you are, then you will begin to know what you need to do to walk in your purpose. Because if you think about it, if everything in the universe is made of the same substance, then that means that you are in God and God is in you. And that also means that if God is in you, then when you discover and learn and love yourself, you're going to discover and learn and love more and more about God. Because what you discover when you're discovering you is how amazing you are. And once you have that knowledge, you can begin to be okay with exploring all the different aspects of you, the good, bad, and ugly, and coming up with that beautiful illustration of who you are and the gift that you came to the planet to give. So with that, I'm going to wrap this video up. I just wanted to share that information. It was on my heart about just you loving you and getting to know you. So the first thing we have to do is step out of the box that is religion, if that's where you are, and allow yourself the opportunity, or allow yourself permission to decide if you want to explore yourself, if you want to explore astrology. Decide for yourself if you want to explore numerology. Decide for yourself if you want to explore meditation. And then do it. And then find your path of who you are and begin to love yourself. So I hope that was helpful for you. I know this was one of the pivotal areas where I really began to love myself. I really began to learn myself. I really began to appreciate myself. Until you can really, really understand yourself, who you are, your personality, what you're capable of. Until you can really understand yourself, I don't think you can fully understand God / the universe / all that is, whatever term you use to refer to your creator. I don't think you can fully appreciate your creator until you really see what he created. And when you start looking at what he created and you see how amazing you are and how your body works and how it takes care of you and how amazing it is, and then beyond that, that you that's inside, that's so precious that it needed this sophisticated vessel to keep it safe and sound, when you really connect with that, oh baby, you're going to be able to live the life that you want. You're going to be able to really appreciate who you are, and then you can really love God. So I hope this was helpful for you. If it was helpful, definitely go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you here. And with that, I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.